And it's still a good assault, and it's not over yet. Also tying up some troops up here. We're going to see a paratrooper. We're going to see a paratrooper, and let's see how the Axis player reacts. Are they going to scramble? They are currently so outnumbered. Archiusdonius is not happy. They are trying a Hail Mary, and if I remember correctly, there's no naval port defense. I think our Axis player is about to get a lesson in port defense. Hello, everybody, and welcome to TMW Esports, a new esports channel for grand strategy and strategy esports content. Today, we are covering our second match in our matchup between Archiusdonius and Berlinwallneverfall from Group 5 of the TommyKay League. This is a 1v1 best of 3 in the Commanders in Conflict mod. An eSports mod, the premium eSports mod, if I do say so myself, for HOI4, brought to you and powered by Speed5. Definitely go check them out. I do a lot of work over there for them, including curating this mod, so no bias there. We're in for the long haul with this video, so do stay tuned, and really, if you do enjoy this kind of content, give this channel a subscribe and like the video and maybe share it around. This is one hell of a matchup, and I'd love to be able to bring you more throughout the year, as well as some other games, so do let me know. And finally, before we get into this matchup proper, I do want to quickly shout out that Speed5 have the Invitational coming up, their latest HOI4 event using the Commanders in Conflict mod, where the top 8 players from both the CIC Open League and a few players from the TommyKay League that you're watching today are going to be battling it out for $1,000 cash. Tournament players include the legendary Dankus Mimicus, the king of micro himself, as well as the Wunderkind, the whiz kid that was Sub-Zero from the last tournament, and it's going to be casted by myself, CMOPS, and Feedback Gaming, so I'd love to see you there. The event is happening the 21st to the 23rd of September, live on the Speed5 Twitch channel. All right, without further ado, on to the matchup. Everybody, welcome. So, I'm just going to get straight in with it. So, obviously, that first game going to Archiusdonius. We are now on our other map, Duel, if you're familiar here. Welcome to some Commanders in Conflict gameplay from the TommyKay League. Commanders in Conflict is an esports mod for HOI4 that turns it into 1v1 scenarios. Today, we have Archiusdonius on the Allied nations versus Berlinwallneverfall on the Axis. This is the second game in a best of 3 scenario. The first of the best of 3 going to Archiusdonius, or Archie, as we were calling him in the last game. It's Archie versus Berlin. This time, the factions are flipped. The map is flipped over. The name of the game is either drain your opponent's life points directly by holding the majority of the VPs, or capitulate your opponent. There is a year, there's 365 days where you have to build up, and then it's all out war. Each nation has a different focus tree, which allows you to pick and flip between different factions. Allies are all based off of Allied armies of World War II, and Axis after Axis armies of World War II. Currently, they are in the build-up phase, which normally we see our players go somewhere in the industry tree. It used to be the industry meta to go the first pick and then down the right side and then do your faction picks. However, it's been a bit of a Wild West recently, and it's been all over the place. This game, according to the community, this map is a bit Allied-sided. So this, and currently our leading player, Archiusdonius, is on the Allies on this map. That being said, I've seen some absolutely stomping Axis victories on this map because of the Axis faction picks. So it's still all to play for. And also, despite being our underdog of this series, we saw some absolutely brilliant tank micro from Berlinwall. I dragged on them in the last game because I wanted them to win so hard. I will, obviously, I'm currently looking. You guys are still, as I'm casting this right now, you guys are still watching that previous matchup. And I'm looking at myself in the webcam, and I look stressed. There is an unbelievable amount of stress, and that's because this game was so close. Therefore, we could have an interesting 3 series for this best of 3. But I look forward to it nonetheless. So currently we're in this build-up phase. Our players are currently going down the factions. Let's take a quick look at the production. Nothing outstanding from the Axis nor the Allies just yet. Very, very basic industry setups. Normally, if we see someone, sometimes they'll telegraph in their early picks. Let's take a look at the research. In fact, we're getting survivability studies here from the Axis, which probably means we're going to see an aerial game from then. Let's check. And same for the Allies. We are going to see some competition in the air. Okay, I'm here for that. I'm really, really here. Yes, so currently we're in this build-up phase. We've got 300 days before the war starts. It's really early. I will say that our Axis player, who was our ally player last game, had some seriously fantastic tank micro. I am intrigued to see how this matchup goes. I wonder if they'll go for a tank faction. I wonder if we'll see a Panzer Group West or a 4th Wehrmacht come in for them. Rather than what I think is kind of the meta pick would be actually to go Finland. Go North Finland group and you build Mountaineers and then boom, push your way through the mountains. I've seen that done quite a few times. Another interesting pick on this map could be one of the Japanese or the First Army could be. They actually get Mountaineers now, don't they? Yeah, Italian First Army could be one of the new metas here. Plus you get the fighter design. Ooh. 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 Okay, so notably here, currently the Axis player has done a spearhead line, which means these units are going to go really weirdly on that push. I don't know if they should be doing a spearheaded offensive for this opening. No battle lines being drawn here for the Allies. Currently, both players neither. So we've got a military advisor coming in for the Allies and the air advisor coming in for the Allies. Sorry, military advisor coming. Sorry, the army advisor coming in for the Axis. Air advisor coming in for the Allies, which means the Allies are going to want to design up a plane nice and early. So we're going to get some planes from them. We did see the survivability studies, so that's to be expected. We're going to see a later plane design here from the Axis, which could be a bit of a problem. They're currently both going down now. The Axis player has learnt this time. They're going down the armed industry line instead of the civs that they did last time. Both going for that. Yeah, they're both going for that open league meta. Who would you like to see as a co-caster with me on these streams? Do let me know. I can obviously try to talk to CMOPs. Obviously, Saturdays is kind of a hard day game because it's the big bow HOI4 game, which is another reason why I think this is probably the worst night for me to stream this. I'm thinking about Friday nights. I can try and nab my co-caster CMOPs. I can try and grab some friends such as like Mordred Viking perhaps, or some fresh meat. Maybe I could even drag someone like Bittersteel in. I've got me and Bittersteel are friendly. I could try and see if he'd like want to cast some games for fun at some point. That would be fun. If there's anyone in the community is a player and would like to try and get into some casting, do let me know as well. I'd love to have you on, especially if you're experienced in CIC. The main VPs on this map are Lucknow, Patna, and Nagpur. Apparently, they feel like very allied-sided, but I think with some good power drops, you can really make this swing the Axis. So, in mind, I wonder if we'll actually see any usage of power drops. It's what we haven't really seen today at all. And I think that's wasted. Also, some decent Mountaineers can make so much of a difference on this map. Just 3 or 4 really good Mountaineer divisions slapping through Kathmandu, pushing all the way to this river. Essentially, if you can push this up to this river in the mountains, you can pressure Lucknow from the north. The Allies have to stretch their line going, if they're holding Nagpur, or even if they're holding Patna. If they're pushing all these troops, it means they have to try and stretch a line going there. So you can do it with half as many troops as the Axis. Start, boom, you cut off, you get to Lucknow. All of this over here falls. You can pincer it, encircle, whack, bang, bollop. That's all of the Axis overrun. Yeah, the reason why I think this side is actually more Axis-sided. Having this thinner bottleneck to defend early on can mean for late game that you are just... And once the Allies fold, there's really no defendable terrain for them. That being said, they have the early advantage trying to push to those locations, apparently. So we shall see. We shall definitely see some political points being spent there. That's going into the industrial concern for the factory output and upgrading to war economy. We've got a small arms company coming in for the Allies. Hopefully we start pushing those tanks out. Infantry guns out, of which we're seeing 85 made per day. I wonder if we're going to see a switch to infantry weapons 2 here, or are they going to stick with the infantry weapons 1? Infantry weapons 2 is 37 days away, so we are going to see a flip. And look at that early towed rocket artillery. Love that. Love that so much. The amount of soft attack that you need in this game mode is lots, and one of the best ways to do that is support company rocket artillery. Absolutely wonderful. I actually think with the Allies, we might see a 12th army pick with how those how those are being produced out. With survivability studies early means they're going to try and go air, which means they want the cast from airland battle. They can build their own fighters. I think we're going to see a 12 army pick, but I could be wrong. Now, let's look at the Axis pick. Well, this person did super well as a tank pick, although a tank pick isn't great for this map. I still think we might see one. I think we might see a Panzer Group West pick. I think the better pick would be to go Italy with the Italian First Army. You do still get some tanks. You get the light tank motorized division here, so you do have a little bit of play ability, but again, yeah. Also, Army of the Po, I think, also got a recent buff again. I can't be sure. I'm looking forward to the new factions, and also make sure you're there at CIC tomorrow, as we're drawing really close to season 3. So if you watch the stream tomorrow, we are going to be we're not going to be showcasing, but we're going to be talking about some of the stuff. Me and C-Mumps, I'm going to do a little bit of a reveal of some of the stuff that you'll be getting in season 3. And also, if you are a member of our closed beta test, you will be getting a new closed beta, which means all the players that will be invited to the next invitational and our close-knit CIC community. So again, make sure you're in the open league, because you get to be invited to secret benefits. You gain access to our early access of it. That should start coming out on the 11th, and there will be some changes all the way up until the 18th, so the week that we are going to be doing the tournament on. So early access to season 3, and oh boy, is there's going to be some interesting changes. New factions especially, I'm kind of stoked for. They're kind of cool. Gonna say, they're kind of cool. Let's do a quick troop count. 9 divisions for the Axis with 10 in production. We're probably going to see about 25 by wartime. 9 out for the Allies. So we're going to see relatively... Wait, there's no divisions in training for the Allies right now? That's an oversight. That's a massive oversight. Okay. Allied division production is... Sorry, they've got 12. But none in production. That's going to cost them, I think. That's going to really slow down their thing. We've got a Commonwealth 8th pick. Okay. The plays are coming in. Okay. Commonwealth 8th Army. So, before we get on, also, let's take a look at what the Commonwealth 8th Army gets. Commonwealth 8th Army gives you 200 fighters from Desert Air Corps. You gain tank hunters, which is production cost for anti-tank, as well as 500 anti-tank and research bonuses for anti-tank. Plus, you gain the Spirit tank hunters, which means your infantry gain 100% piercing. The Anzac divisions, which is 220 width infantry divisions. You get the Gurkhas, a 24 width ranger division. You get the Mediterranean fleet, which is one of the best fleets in the game, and you get spy planes from Cairo Blanche, plus some upgrades to your intelligence agency. After that, there's Promote Montgomery, which is heat attrition, non-combat out supply, and division defense. And then Rule Britannia, we've gone over many, many times. I love this. This is not what I was expecting, but I'm here for it. Also, Big Weevil in chat, thank you for playing earlier. Wonderful games. Yeah, do definitely go back and check the commentary. You can even watch it here on Twitch, or go over to TMW eSports, where the full game will be available as well. I'll also be hopefully be doing a cut down version of your little game. Any constructive criticism for you? It's kind of hard to say, because it was one of those games where I think your opponent was forgetting a lot of things. This is one of my biggest pieces of information to give all of my players, all the people that I watch, that is neglected, is be mindful of your intelligence agency. Make sure that you've got a spy on the front line, especially if you're struggling to push through somewhere. Having a spy on the front line, reducing that entrenchment bonus that the enemy are getting, especially if you're on the back foot. You know, intelligence agency can be king. That, and not over investing in certain things. If you see that if you're using your spies correctly and you see that someone's producing tanks, okay, totally fine. you should switch to putting AT. But if for a while you notice that they're not pushing, you're still building AT and you've got a factory output backlog, reinvest it, put it somewhere else, put it into fighters, into CAS, into just more trucks, so the supplies. And also another thing, motorize your supply. Today there's been a real sincere lack of people motorizing their supply, so definitely check that out. But yeah, and also as a reminder to anyone watching, there is a 10-minute delay on these streams just to protect from cheating a little bit. So I will answer any questions, but there will be a delay to them. I do not know why I'm doing a very bad French accent. I can do an okay French accent, so I don't know what's going on there. Okay, Mountaineers locking in. We are probably about 60 days, 70 days. I mean, we're 10 days out. 73 days from the war now. My focus is back on a bit. I'm so intrigued to see the Commonwealth come in. This is going to be a really interesting pick, because normally I see people try to do Canada. I see people try and do other things. I really think US 12 is good for this map. So to see an infantry build, an infantry navy build coming on here, I'm here for it. But it also means I wonder if we're going to see a navy pop out and do some naval invasions later. Backdoor in the Bay of Bengal. Are we going to see it? I'm here for it. 28 divisions now out for the Allies. Oh, look, they are pumping them out. Absolutely pumping them out. And forget what I said that they were going to be behind. They're now almost doubling the Axis. Oh, hang on. The Axis player. Yeah, they haven't connected the supply networks up here, meaning the supply is all flowing through Dhaka. The supply, the provincial supply is drained for this early push, which means they're gonna, if they rely on this, if they rely on a front line that's AI controlled, they will not be pushing through very quickly. Also, these troops are completely green and not training, which means they're going to be weaker in combat. Oh, this could be a bit of a clean sweep. We're also not seeing any fighters in production. We have got a Finland lock-in. Okay, let's go through. We're going North Finland group. Winter is coming, everybody. So Operation Silver Fox is landing in. We've seen this so many times. I'm not going to go through it, but they do get 200 fighters from the Focke-Wulf call-in. That being said, I don't know if it's going to be enough. And to have none in production right now, I think is going to be a bit of an issue, considering there are 5 factories for the Allies on fighters. Also, already looking to build up that rocket artillery. This is a great game. This is going to be soft attack. What is Grand Battle Plan? I was going to say, I'm not sure it's... I was going to say, this is something that is always of contention, is the doctrine. Okay, they have flipped it. They've not gone for the Grand Battle Plan bonuses. They've gone for superior firepower. So one of the main things that we're doing in season 3 is we're completely getting rid of the doctrines as you know them. All of this, nah, screw it. It's all getting redesigned. So expect changes to the meta. Very much so expect changes to the meta. They're all being evened out. They're all going to have the same amount of doctrines, and we're looking at some of those bonuses. And I think superior firepower is still going to be a favorite, because everyone likes superior firepower and what it gives. But I think people could be pleasantly surprised with some of the other changes that are going to be coming in. More information on that tomorrow. We're probably 20 days to war now. Combat is about to begin. Let's take a look at the troop count. There's 19 divisions for the Axis to 43 allies. I was criticizing the ally player for just having no troops being constructed, but they've managed to double the Axis powers. I mean, they need to. They've got a lot of land to cover. 8 days. Here it goes. Just 8 days before war. Combat is about to be here. The little light tank division that could from the Commonwealth is going to be helpful in taking Lucknow early. We've got no use of paratroopers. I feel like there's not enough divisions on the line here for the Axis. They've also got rocket artillery now in the build. Putting 12 factories into it. Oh boy. Oh boy, and there's war. There's just not enough troops out. I really think the Axis is going to struggle. They need to make sure they at least get one of these VPs, but I've got a feeling that the Allies, once they start, they're not going to stop. There's already custom lines being drawn towards Nagpur. They're going for luck now. How are the Axis doing? They're slow to get off the mark because they did not connect those supplies. If you can reconnect that supply, you can make this a lot smoother. It's a lot slower for them to push in if you don't. They are now going to try and move some small amounts that way. Also, making some paratroopers just to land on Nagpur or near Nagpur can really secure you victory, but it hasn't been done. There is no air in the air either yet, so it would be a completely free scenario. This is another reason why, again, Finland, a solid pick. There's the fighters coming in now, so that's going to be defensive. But if you had a few transport planes and one unit of paratroopers, that's completely different. You open up the game. This is actually one of the reasons I think Italian First Army might now be the pick for this map. But it's moving on in. Let's go. Let's see. Plus those mountaineers up here in the Kathmandu region. Mwah, would be beautiful. Beautiful. Patna is going to fall. But 2 VPs already to the Allies. The pressure is already on. The VP points are ticking. Lucknow and Nagpur falling to the Allies. They're just so swift off the mark. Light tank, though, is at risk. It's got no supporting infantry. That's a Ranger division already out. Is this... Wait, oh, the New Zealand and the Australians have been changed to a Ranger division template. And the Gurkhas have also been changed from what they normally are. Look at this. Look at this. So they're all the Ranger division. They're all this 21 width combat division. This is a great template. This is an excellent template. And the Gurkha division has been cut down. So they've reduced their special forces cap so they could have 3 of them in. I love this. 3 of them under Harold Alexander, who has Ranger. These units are going to be scary, and they are here in the forest. They're in their prime terrain. And I think the Axis are going to be struggling right now. They've got 19 divisions on the field versus 43 from the Allies. 43. 4-3 versus 19. Defense line now being drawn. This is the one thing that we have to say with the Axis right now. Even though they have less troops, they can defend this with quite easily with the amount of troops they've got, because it is a smaller area and it's more defendable terrain. That being said, the ticking is on and they will have to make an attack at some point soon, so they can afford this. But if the Allies keep the pressure up, if they manage to get aerial dominance, if they start smashing the troops before they can get to the line, it's Jova. It's absolutely Jova, friends. Right, Mediterranean fleet coming out. They're building mountaineers. Okay, what is this mountaineer division that's been designed up? Okay, this mountaineer division is too small, but I love that there is rocket artillery in here from the Allies. Fuck, just put loads more in. The optimum build right now, I actually think, as a division, how much RT, base RT do they have? Yeah, loads. Okay, that's what they want as a mountaineer. This is what they want as a mountaineer, and they will destroy. Have we got AA? No, they don't have any AA. But if they threw a flame tank in here, yeah, that's the division they want. They want this, and they want it up in the mountains. They want to push through and pressure Patna from the north, and then it's game. The reason you want 30 width instead of 25 width, even 25 width is the combat width over here, is you want them to just have that soft attack bonus. Honestly, it offsets the combat width bonuses, at least until AAT comes out. Once AAT fucks with the combat width of everything, which I look forward to it doing, that's what you want to run. Very static front line, though, right now. I'm thinking, though, looking at the front line, I think the Allies are gearing up for an assault. Look at this troop concentration here. Or, in fact, the Axis are not going to let them do it, but I think they're going to try and make a move on Patna. Axis powers, what are you producing right now? No troops in production. You've got the light tank that could get in out. Really going heavy into the rocket artillery. I think you want 7 factories on infantry guns. No. They're going heavy on the RT. And heavy on the trains, because they ran out of trains. Oh, that's so bad they didn't put one factory on trains early on. I think that's going to be a massive issue. Oh, a Mountaineer assault. Okay, there are Mountaineers coming out here for the Axis. This is a better Mountaineer template, I have to say, even though it's a 25 width. I think this is a better one just because of the amount of soft attack they're getting. I like this. I like this template. This could make some serious gains here up near Kathmandu. And again, if they can get enough pressure towards Luck now, all of this heavy front line that the Allies have pulled, it's going to be worthless to them. However, the division difference right now, 45 versus 34, it's getting better. Paratroopers coming in. Was that for the Allies? Yeah, they just got the SAS, an 18 with paratrooper template. That could be really used to do some scary things. Allied Mountaineers also coming in now. Attack coming here from the Axis towards the north of... the west of Patna. I worry about the troop count. Archie, our allied player here, is the one that's on the upper hand. And if they go through to this, they will be winning 5. It won all of their games so far. It is up to Berlin to try and smash that and take this to a game 3. I think we are going to see a 2... early prediction here. I hope I'm wrong, but I think this is going to be a 2-0. Our Axis player, Berlin, did put an amazing show as Canada, but it was very frustrating to watch. I think you watched me get so angry at it. But, like, here's the thing. This doesn't feel as solid. I feel like they put so much energy into the last game. And again, none of these people are professional esports players, so... matches do get once you've microed and once you've lost once, the feels, the energy that you intake from that, knowing that you've got a loss on your belt, you knowing that this could be the last time you play in this tournament, knowing that there's people watching as well. I know it's not many with this particular game, but that also does have a pressure, and tiredness, fatigue is a big thing in tournaments that often gets overlooked. But it can, like the absolute mental of it is something that really shows sometimes. I feel like there's a little bit more mistakes coming through in this build than they were last time. But I will say, Archiusdonius, I'm pretty sure is just a very, very good defensive player. Just the way that they've been setting up their defenses, even in this map and the last, has been fantastic. They're legitimately building troop types for the correct terrain to hold their defenses better. Like, look at this deployment of their special forces. The Rangers have been put in the forest and are holding the forest backed up by infantry. The Mountaineers have been specifically put on a fallback line supported by infantry in the mountains. They're literally designing special forces to shore up their defenses in the key objective places. And it's wonderful to see. The rest is just infantry. But it's well-trained, well-protected infantry, supported in the right places. And let's just take a look at the aerial map mode, because I think that's going to be the key. Should have restarted my game, apparently, because it's not showing me green air, but I'm pretty sure. Actually, Central India is a 50-50 contest right now. So, the Axis planes are better? Or trading better? Arrow branch coming in. Bit of an assault coming in here. That's last stand coming in for the Allies. Is that a misclick? Now, the real question. Did he get rid of the paratroopers? No, he didn't. Oh, we're going to see some paratroopers do some stuff. I'll be interested. I will be very interested to see what happens there. Axis might be making a push out here. So one tile claimed here by the Axis. But hello, I was too focused in on the north. They're making assault towards Nagpur, and look at this. They've got their good. Oh no, they're green. So they're getting a negative 25% modifier in combat. If these weren't green, these would be doing excellently. The really, really good soft attack Mountaineers pushing out of those mountains, but they're getting counter pushed now. This is the problem. If these weren't green, this would be going so much better. I would actually pull these away from the line right now. This was a good assault, and it's still a good assault, and it's not over yet. Also, tying up some troops up here is a really good use of the micro. Okay, Axis player, I see you. I see you working. But again, pull these guys back from the line just that little bit, just for a little while. Just get them to be not green, because these assaults will be going that much better. But Nagpur is already under pressure, and we are seeing an Axis push out. This is going to flip the VPs in the Axis favor, meaning it's back to the Allies to then counter this retort. 39 divisions to 54 divisions. 5 more just got insta-deployed. I think... There we go. The VPs are now ticking for the Axis for the first time this series. The Allies are now on the back foot, and the Axis aren't stopping. I think it would be better for them to try and solidify their defense here, though. Unless they can pull off an encirclement, which I don't think they can, because they don't want to stretch these lines way too much. Because, like I said, they are currently, what, 20 divisions? Almost 20 divisions difference? No, 15 division diff. A 15 division deficit difference between the Axis and the Allies. The Axis do not have enough killing power, I think, to surround that many troops, especially if you open up that front line. It's going to thin your line where the Allies aren't going to thin. Hold the defense. Bleed them a bit. Put the pressure on. Take the time. Rebuild a little. You're currently out on infantry guns. So, yeah. I think the right move right now is just hold up. Pull up the reserves is good. That's going to be 2 more divisions coming in from Finland. And the thing is, defense is only going to get better as soon as that Marshal of Finland comes in. This puts the Axis in a really strong position because Finland get stronger over time in terms of defensive might. So that is a great grab. And that could change this matchup. We are in for the long game here now, friends. Pressure is on both players. Oh, love it. Our defensive player in Archius now has to go on the attack. Promote Montgomery coming in. Those final picks coming in. Do they have anything in retort? Is it all going to be fighters? To be fair, they do have the retort of those transport planes and those paratroopers for a little bit of a Hail Mary. And the air game is still even. It's still pretty even. The problem here is going to be supplies. They don't have enough trains right now, but they can turn that around with motorizing their supply a little bit. Fantastic little push there. Fantastic little push. Didn't overextend. Held it firm. Love it. I just want them to peel off those mountaineers, train them in the back line just for a bit, get them up to trained. Then those battles will go a lot cleaner their way. Oh, and a unfortunate bit of luck there where they've had their agent captured. The RNG, they're not in the Axis favor, losing their agent like that, especially with the 2 agents here for the Allies. They've actually had 1 captured as well. So it's a little bit even Stevens, but the agent having 1 extra agent there from Cairo branch, really going to help out. Okay. This game's far from over, friends. Like this defensive hold, I think Nagpur's a little bit weak in the south. Grabbing this airbase is good, so I think this pressure is good here from the Axis player. However, they leave themselves open for a counter-attack, which the Allies are going for. There is attacking all across this line. This is a sound counter-advance. Those... Okay. Fighting has stopped. Again, I think they really need to pull the Mountaineers off, get them trained. Where are these divisions? These are the ones in the north. I think these ones are the ones in the north. Oh, yeah, these are the Axis Allied ones in the north. Who's got the Mountaineers for you? It's all under the main commander. Marshal of Finland coming in. That's Division of Attack and Defense coming in. And where's the Panzer Division? Oh, it's on the front line here. Heavy MG being researched. Yeah, I feel like they should pull the Mountaineers off here. An interesting technique here that the Axis player is using, I was just double checking if it was allowed or not, is that they are currently using a defense order on territory that can't be taken, so that they can artificially extend the command limit on the general, so that it doesn't have the the debuffs from being over the amount of troops it can have underneath it. But because they're in an area that they physically can't walk to, they won't. So they'll just be acting as if, you know, they were microable. They're completely under your control. That's how that's changed. Is that something the Allied player's using as well? Yeah, they both are. So even if it was a rule break, it'd be fair, square, because they're both doing it. I think that was happening in the previous games. It's just only clocked onto me that, hang on, I don't know the TommyKay League rules, and I don't know if that's allowed as a thing. A big assault coming towards Patna now, which actually could put the Axis on the back foot. Again, they are down on the divisions compared to the Allies, so losing ground could be a big weakness for them. But right now, I love this hold. A really good hold. However, the Nagpur is in danger. Counterattack coming on in. It's going to weaken it enough that it's going to hold. But in the south, okay, countering the counterattack is being countered, and they could lose the airbase here, which is really being utilized to hold up the air zone right now. And currently, yeah, the air has flipped in Allied favor just in terms of amount of planes, as being able to outproduce. It's not outtrade, but it's massively not being produced. There's no fighters in production for the Axe. Oh, Axis, you're giving up the air game when you were trading? That's a bit of a fail. Plus, they're only using infantry equipment 1. Oof. Make that switch to infantry equipment 2, like, nowish. You've got to sit on so many... Oh gosh, they're using artillery company, so they're not going to flip to 1 because they're not going to gain 1. So, also, they're sitting on a lot of political power right now. They could go... I personally would grab... Right now, I would be grabbing the Elusive Gentleman for the extra spy because they lost their spy. And then possibly increasing war support. They run the risk of getting getting issues there. Sisu now coming in. It's a great pickup. That's the final capstone for the Finland. Rule Britannia already locked in, though, for the Allies. What are they currently going for? Starting to up their industry. 73 factories to 76. So the North Finland group are out factorying the Allies, which is nice to see. But that's going to swip and flip very quickly. Again, I think one of the biggest failings here from the Axis player is the fact that these really, really good divisions, they're hard-hitting mountaineers, are not trained. They're green. So all of those stats, the brilliant amount of soft attack that they're ruling, the breakthrough, all of these stats, boom, reduced by 25% because they're green. Yeah, it's a big loss. That's a massive negative. Just trying to look up the rest of the line and see if there's any place that the Allies could try and push through. Because right now, again, the scores are almost even again. In fact, the Axis, for the first time in this entire series, have taken the advantage. I'm looking at the weaknesses in the line, and I honestly think where the Allies are trying to hit down towards Nagpur is the best place for them to be pushing. The problem is, again, the Axis needs to shore up their defenses and train up these mountaineers, but they just physically can't. They can't pull them away in time. They are training more divisions, which is good for them. They are going to have a manpower advantage. Because of Finland gets more manpower, but I feel like they're just behind in their focuses. Oh no! 8th Army. Archius has done a boo-boo. He's still on partial mob. No war economy. I think that's a big no. I think that's a big miss micro. Sisu coming on in. This could be a problem actually for the Finnish. Note they've broken off that attack. Holding so well. They've got so much artillery. I feel like that they should be throwing more into guns. So much more into guns. And now they're building fighters. Actually, they've flipped around to fighters. I love this. They've cut back their artillery building. They've cut back the gun building, which I don't agree with. And they've flipped it into fighters. They saw that they were winning that air war a little bit. And they've gone, oh, hold on. I love this. This is great. Axis player, your eyes have been opened. I'm totally here for it. Capturing these air bases in the south has done a world of good for the Axis player as well. Massive world of good. I mean, the Allies are about to retake one. That's going to put the pressure again on the Axis. Axis, you have taken the light aircraft company. Oh, so well done. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. You know what? We might have a best of 3 on our hands. Like an actual full series of it. Because the points are slipping away from our allied player. This is going to be a long game, though, everybody. So buckle up. Buckle up. I actually think the Axis weakness is up here. Got a lot of mountaineers, but actually the infantry support is weak. And the actual troop amounts for the Axis, for the Allies, sorry, is if they can put pressure into Kathmandu in order to scare these back, start pushing up here, get the Axis attention around Patna and start pressuring Patna from the north, this whole area will collapse. Oh, they've managed to build a fort in Nagpur. Cheeky. Cheeky. Excellent play from both players. It's so nice to actually see pressure on the Axis. Duel being allied-sided, my buttocks, everybody. Oh, look at this. Just look at this pressure. I hope the allied player, the Axis player, isn't going to try and take this province. And in fact, they are just pressuring to whistle down defense. Again, the losses, though, this time are much more even. 154k to the Allies, 100k to the Axis. How's the air game looking? I think the air game is where it's happening. And so much cash. Oh my gosh, so much cash just entered the field from the Allies. And 100 paratroop. We're going to see a power drop. We're going to see a power drop. They're going to try and go for Calcutta with a power drop. And there's 11 more divisions coming out. Hold the phone. 69. Nice. Absolutely nice amount of divisions. About to storm on in 49 versus 69. A whole 20 diff. 20 diff. And that air game is about to flip in favor that the allies might be able to get this. We're going to see a paratrooper. We're going to see a paratrooper. And let's see how the Axis player reacts. Are they going to scramble? They are currently so outnumbered. And it's a naval invasion? No. No. What? 10 with motorized naval invasion. Here we go. Archiusdonius is not happy. They are trying a Hail Mary. And if I remember correctly, there's no naval port defense. I think our Axis player is about to get a lesson in port defense. Everybody, here's a little lesson in trickery. This is such a good play from our allied player. They know that they are beating their head against a brick wall with the current holding pattern. They've analyzed that they have a naval advantage by being the 8th Army against the North Finland group. They know they've got a paratrooper and they've gained the aerial game advantage. I bet they've checked the troop count and see how many troops they have on the board. This is going to be spectacular. If they pull this off, this is going to be a spectacular victory right before our eyes. Be ready on the clips. Those of you who are ready and watching on Twitch, be ready to clip this shit, because this could be play of the century. I'm calling it now. This is about to be huge. This is about to be huge. Of course, they're going to get the naval evasion sound. Does the North Finland group player have any... No, they've got no one in training. They can't early deploy anyone. Oh! Oh, no! When's that button going to click? When's that button going to be clicked? I mean, they're making a push in the south already. Nagpur is already under threat again. I think they're waiting on supply. Yeah, they're massively out of trains. Can they take the pressure off by motorizing their supply? They are motorized supply. Oh. Oh. The boy. Yeah, no, they're really out of trains. Never forget to put one factory on trains, everybody. In fact, I think that supply issue is what's holding back this attack from happening. Nope, it's going. The naval invasion's going. It's going. It's going. It's going. Oh, gosh. Oh, gosh. Oh, gosh. Oh, gosh. Here they go. Here they go. They're going to go round. Allies looking to take the duel. Motorized 10-5, 10 with motorized divisions. Using those CMP trucks coming out. Wait, no, wait, no, they're not even Canada, so they don't get the CMP trucks. Where they get all these trucks from? My God. It's not from the Deep Corporation either, so it's like, yeah, they've just built these. There's assault on the main line going as well. Looking to put pressure on Nagpur. Really draw the attention of the Allies player. Oh, look. The supply's gone because the paratroopers cut it off. Oh, my gosh. It was so reliant on that one location. This is a great, great read here from the Allied player. They've noticed that the Axis player has not connected up the supply hubs through a central train network, meaning they're all connected to Calcutta by this one point. The paratrooper coming in. Those mountaineers already being peeled off. Oh, the paratrooper just got instantly annihilated. It's instantly dead. But the motorized are coming. The motorized are coming. Those mountaineers have been pulled back, and now they're going back. They're already going back to Nagpur. He doesn't know it's coming yet. He doesn't know the motorized are coming back. So it was a slightly early click on that paratrooper, I think. Here they come. Here comes the motorized. Here comes the motorized. Oh. 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 Okay, here it goes. Here it goes. They've got to be getting the boop. And they've fast deployed. Dakar is under threat. Dakar. Okay, the port defense. They're like I said, they're gonna get a lesson in port defense. And 3 motorized have made it to shore. Where are the other motorized trying to land? Oh, we're having a resync right now. They're gonna try and land in Rangoon. They're going all the way to the dark lines. Oh, I love this play. This is a beautiful play. But here he goes. So there's 2 divisions that are just going to be in Rangoon, going for that VP cap, going around to Mad Lake, trying to disrupt those factories. I love the 3 divisions that are currently holding the port are going to hold. Those mountaineers, I don't think are going to push them out. Oh, they are. They are. The mountaineers have done their work. See, this is what I mean by having them trained. They're just smashing on through. And actually... Oh, boy. The play of the century failed. The play of the century just failed. And they've noticed the ones in Rangoon as well. It's over. It's not working for you, 8th Army. You didn't put the pressure on the front line either. If there was a full-out assault on this front line, different story. If that paratrooper had been 20 seconds later, different story. If you had trains, different story. I got to commend them, though. This is how you should be playing, though, in this scenario. If you're on the back foot, you should be looking to open this up. Now they're going to have to try and make all of their assaults over land. And I don't think they've capitalized enough on this push to make this work. Nope. Those two motorized are dead. Rangoon has fallen. Great play. Great play from the Axis player. Good counter. And now, Axis player has popped out some port guard. Fantastic move. And I love that these Mountaineers are trained now. Axis player, I doubted you at the beginning of this game, but you are looking so solid right now. I think the longer this goes on, the more this is in your favor. 8th Army are really not... Oh, he's going to try it again. He's going to try it again. You've showed your hand, and you didn't react fast enough, Archius. They're going for another paratrooper job. Hang on. If they paratrooper onto Patna itself, is there anything in Patna? Yeah, there is. Okay. I think what they should do instead is... Now... Oh, gosh. Wow. They've really built up their planes as well. North Finland group trading really nicely. What I feel the Allies should be doing, looking at what's working, looking at what's not. They've got so much rocket artillery. Could they start putting support rocket artillery into Hodor? Yeah, throw some support rocket artillery into Hodor. Strengthen that up. Get more soft attack in those basic divisions. Then start rolling. I actually think that's how they do it. And I think this is a really good call. I actually think this is a better call than this. Going for a load of paratroop divisions. I love this. And they've got 55 VPs to try and do it. So, 48 VPs left. This is getting so tight. This game, this is going to be an all or nothing Hail Mary now from Archius. He's waiting for the air to go green. Okay, there is another naval invasion going. Those 6 guys, I don't think it's going to be enough. I think what's here as port guards will hold enough. There is an assault going, though. There is an assault going near Nagpur. This could be enough. They've got to just try and hold. They've got to try and take... Okay, the paratroopers aren't landing. They haven't got enough air. Oh, look at this. The air trade is too good. The air trade is too good. They can't fly. They can't fly the... There's not enough. There's not enough. Oh, gosh. This is such a turnaround for the Axis player. They're holding the line. The supply needs to be cut for them to even lose in that corner down there. And they're just going for fighters. This is just... Oh, they've actually... No, they've started building some cast now. They've got 12 cast in the air. They've just heard the naval invasion sound. They're pulling divisions back. Oh, no. They just deployed down in Calcutta. 4 divisions were going to the front line. And they're like, wait. No, turn around. And they're holding all the ports this time. I think they're going to be so solid. Just 17 points left. Archers unable to fire these paratroopers that were... under the combat width for a microsecond. Oof. One's gonna land. They're beginning assault. They have got green assault on Nagpur. It's gonna flip red really quickly. They've got 8 VP left. They need to just all-out assault across the line. They need to be moving towards Patna. They need to be pressuring everywhere. It just needs to be an all hands to battle stations at this point. They need to just try and make a breakthrough, and it's not going to happen. Just 4 points left. We're going to go for a game 3, everybody. This is going to a game 3. Here we are. Almost at this. And there is. Jewel is going to go to Berlinwallneverfall. There we go. What a hold and what a turnaround. Going down to 348 VP and then turning that back. Fantastic game. Fantastic game. We will be back right after these messages, everybody. Just because, like, what a game. What a game. We're going to go to a best of 3. And that's how this works. So I will see you in just a moment. Enjoy these.